Hello again. Welcome to Womble's Hive. So in the last video we had a look at my little watercolour haul from Jackson's. Thank you Jackson's for hosting that sale. And I thought, why not give you all a little swatch video so you can see what colours I've actually chosen. So I have set up a little swatch card already. I'm doing a best guess of what order the colours are going to be in, and this is why I haven't put them in pans yet. I do like to have them in order when I put them in the pans, and once I trap them in there they are quite difficult to get back out. So here's the best guess of the order I'm going to keep them in. I do like to have a rainbow effect going on. So let's see if we've guessed right. So I'm just opening our little essentials kit with the warm and cool of each of the primary colours. I'm sure these are going to be awesome. There's a lot of colours here I haven't used. I've used New Gamboge and Ultramarine in the Winsor & Newton kit, but not in the Daniel Smith, obviously, because this is all new. Ooh. Exciting. So I'm just going to pour these out. Ah, we get a little sticker. Oh, that's cute. I might put it on front of my little art palette once I set it all up so that I know what's in it. So, I have written them down here, so I'm just following what I've written. Line them all up, ready? So we're going to give it a go to actually swatch them just from the top of the tubes, and then once I know what order they're all in, I'll be able to pop them into the palette. So I've got two brushes. I've got one that I'm going to use just for water, and this one I'm going to use for colour because it holds quite a bit of water on its own. You can probably see that because I've just washed it, so it's full of water. Right, so the first is Quinacridone Rose. So let's give this one a go. Oh, nice, that one didn't jump out. Sometimes they jump out. Have you guys ever had that where they squeeze out on their own? It does look like it's not been quite tightened on enough because it is splooshing around the side of the screw top there. So I want there to be a fair bit of water on there so that it can spread out. I'm going to put these lids straight back on. I'm not going to go tight with that one. I need to wash it first. So let's add a tiny bit of water and see what this is like. So this is Quinacridone Rose. As you can see, I have set it up to have a little dot at the top just so that we can see how transparent each colour is. Luckily, I am not picky about how tidy my swatches are because I just went right outside the lines there. Right, that's quite a good colour. I was sort of expecting it to be way pinker than that, with it saying rose, but apparently not. So that is Quinacridone Rose. The next one is Pyrrole Scarlet. We're all waiting for that big sploosh, aren't we? Ooh, that one's not even moved out of the hole at all. So I'm trying to use one clean water and one for washing my brush. That way, hopefully, we can keep these colours pure. tighten that one on because that one's not gone down the threads at all. I've left the pink over here so that I know it needs a little bit of help before I pack up for the night. Wow, that is a lot brighter than the box suggests. Well, I'm glad I've got a really red because I was a little bit worried to start with, but that's pretty impressive. I always used to be a little bit funny about doing swatches, thinking it would be a bit of a waste, and now I can't live without them. Especially when you've got, oh, that one's come out now. That one looks like it's got some binder come out a little bit there, around the edge. Oops, I've not put my water down. Right, so this one is New Gamboge. So before we put this one away, I'm also going to clean that binder off. Sometimes when they dry the lid shut and it takes so much time to get it back off again. So if you ever get it around the threads of your tubes, remember to wash it straight off. And all it is, just a kitchen towel, bit of water, and just spin it in your hands just to clean it off. Then you know it's all good, not going to get wrecked. And you can go to bed happy, or at least that's what I think. That is a beautiful gold colour. That is going to be stunning for sunsets. Some of these are quite tight. It's a little bit round the edge again, but it's not splooching out, so we're okay. Let's give this some water. This one is Hansa Yellow Light. Looking at it, it seems a little bit lemon yellow. So let's have a see. Put that lid back on a little bit. Ready to clean it off shortly. Right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's a nice bright yellow. So this one would be cool yellow, which you can probably tell as is lemon yellow. Alright, these are looking fantastic so far. They are very bright, very vibrant. I think they're a lot more vibrant than the ones that I got from Winsor & Newton. So far at least. Again, that one's splooshed around the thread there, so another one I'll have to give a little wash to. So this is something that you might want to keep an eye on. I can't complain because it does generally mean that the manufacturers have put that extra little squeeze of paint in there for us, so that's a good thing. Let's make sure all that yellow's gone. Wipe off. So this one is Phthalo Blue Green shade. So if this is anything like Winsor & Newton, it's going to be a little bit sea-like. So let's have a see. Oh, it's a deep colour. Look at that. So far, none of them have exploded too much into the water, so I'm not sure how much they are going to granulate. Unless it changes, that one has almost completely covered the black spot, so it's quite opaque, that one. Again, like I said, that one has splooshed out a little bit, so we'll pop that on the to clean pile. And the next one is French Ultramarine. That one's not too tight. Ooh, clean, nice. Right, let's get a bit of water down. So have you guys used Daniel Smith? This is definitely a first for me. They've previously been far too expensive for me to play with. But I'm really excited, and like I said, so far these are a lot more vivid than what I'm used to, so it's gonna be an experience. Right, so French Ultramarine. Don't need to clean that one. That one's stayed quite well behaved. Just get a little bit of water there. Oh, that is a nice cool blue. Look at that. Lovely. Do love ultramarine. It does seem to, both the blues actually do seem to be granulating a little bit. I don't know if you can see that just yet, but they do seem to be granulating into the paper a little bit there. So that's those ones. That is the 6-pack, the essential set. So now we're moving on to the ones that I've chosen based on the pictures that I normally draw. So let's give these a go. First one is Cerulean Blue. Like I said before, I do like this one. That one was stuck to the lid, but it's pretty clean. Maybe I'm going to give that one a little bit of a clean after. This one is excellent for sunny days and seaside views. It's a great sky colour, which is basically what it was designed as. That is what cerulean is all about. So let's give this one a little go. Don't know if I'm using too much this, because like I said, this is really bright. That one seems quite dry, so I'm going to give it a bit of water just to get it moving. Oh, it's a nice shade. It's very turquoisey. And as you can see down the bottom there, it does bleed out quite a little bit once you add some water into it, which is excellent for skies. So that looks fantastic. Let's have a see if it granulates like the French Ultramarine. Next one is Cobalt Blue Violet. Let's have a see how well behaved this one is. Oh, beautiful clean opening. That's what we like. So this swatch might seem a little bit small to some people, but it actually fits inside the palette that I'm going to be using. So that is why it's this size. This violet I'm quite excited about because a lot of people say it's really good for skies and clouds and what have you. So that's why I got it. So let's get this moving. See how it bleeds out. Oh, that is going to be good for skies. Look at that. That's stunning. Oh yeah, you'd be able to add the other blues and maybe reds to that just to make some fantastic sunset colours. Nice. There is another violet that I would quite like to try from Daniel Smith, so I will be keeping an eye out, which is a lighter one. So yeah, that'll be one that I get at some point. So now we're moving on to Lunar Blue. Anybody who has watched me previously knows that I really like the Glacier Green in the Super Granulating Schminker. Oh no, it's a dirty one again. And this one sort of looks like it on the swatch on the website, so that's why I've given this one a go. As well as that, my puppy's called Luna. So it's kind of cute that I've got a paint named after her. Right, so here we go. Get a little bit on the paintbrush, pop this one on the to clean pile. And let's get it on the paper. Oh, it's quite dry again. Oh, that's nice. That is like a stormy sky. Skies are my obsession at the minute. Now then, it's quite translucent, that one. Might get a little bit more just so that we can see the darkness up the top there. But we'll have to bear that in mind when we're painting, though it's quite translucent. And obviously we can't take the opacity test if we are going to add double. But that is a gorgeous colour. Fantastic colour. So let's pop some water down for this one. This is neutral tint, which is supposed to darken all your colours in the same way because it doesn't lean towards one shade or another. So let's have a little go, see if it's a similar shade to... Oh no, it's another dirty one, and it is trying to sploosh out a little bit. Let's push that back in. If you squeeze the tightened end, it can quite often pull it back in, and it has done. So that's a bit of that. Pop that one on. Oh no, squeeze it back in again. Thank you, Daniel Smith, for the extra paint. Much appreciated. So let's get this one going. Neutral tint. So it should come out a little bit grey looking, a little bit mardy looking, but it is designed to help you to darken your other colours. So we'll see how this one bleeds out. And that's lovely. That is a beautiful. Maybe I can see a little bit of red. Possibly. We'll see how it dries. But yeah, it's definitely not leaning to blue like the cobalt does. Cobalt, so that's not what I mean. The Payne's Grey. Anybody who's been with me for a little bit over on Twitch will be pulling shocked faces right now because I always said I would never be without Payne's Grey. But I am leaning away from it because it just makes all of your paintings really cold. Oh, that's another dirty one. And it's splooshing out. This one is the buff titanium. So let's give her a little squeeze so she goes back in. There we go. Now I'm going to make sure this one's really clean because this is just slightly off-white. Might even be classed as magnolia if you were from the 80s. So let's have a see what this one's about. Well, that is an interesting shade. A little bit something to get it moving. It's quite a dry paint. And it bleeds out really nicely. Right. Well, that's interesting. I've never seen a colour like that before, but I imagine it's actually going to be quite good. You know, for the light side of trees and little bounce lights and things like that. So the last one is titanium white, and I don't see the point in wetting it first. Oh, it's a clean one. Look how clean that is. So let's make sure the brush is super clean. Dry her off a little bit, get a bit on the brush. Boopity boopity boop. So, last little bit. I'm going to get a tiny bit of water just to move this about a bit. And as usual, the reason that I choose this one, it is the more opaque of the watercolour whites. It's never going to completely get rid of that dot, but it does a lot better job than China white does. That's a lot more transparent. Again, that's a nice clean one, so we'll put that on the clean pile. So that's 4 out of the 6 that are clean, 4 out of the 6, 4 out of the 12 that are clean, and the rest I'm going to have to do a little cleaning on so that they don't get stuck when they dry. But do think this is a good set of colours. So I did fasten it down just so that it didn't buckle too much as I was adding the water. So I don't know if you can see the little pencil lines around the edge. That is the edge so that it'll fit in the palette that I've bought for these. And that's the colours so far. So I can see there's a bit of granulation in this one, and it is quite a lot like the Schmincke Glacier Green. Not as granulating as that, but that is what it's called. It's a super granulator. So if it granulated as much as that, I'm sure Schmincke would be very upset. This one has granulated a little bit into the paper, as has this one. A little bit for the neutral tint, but these are some fantastic colours, and like I say, they are extremely bright, vivid colours. Cannot wait to have a go with these. If you want to see them live in action, keep an eye on my Twitch channel. Other than that, you will be seeing some of them in action right here on YouTube, so keep an eye out for that too. I hope you've enjoyed these colours. I am super excited to have a go with all these. I've seen so many excellent paintings from people online using these colours. Americans, Canadians, even some English people who've splashed out for them. So I can't wait to see what I can create. So keep an eye out. Let me know if there's any techniques I need to use, if there's any suggested best practice. Anybody who's used them, I am always open for hints and tips. So please do drop them in the comments below. Do you like the colours I've chosen? Are they the colours you would have chosen? If not, let me know that below as well. But for now, that's all I've got. It's a bit of a long one because it's swatching, but I hope you enjoyed it. For now, you've got to go and find something that makes you smile. And as usual, be happy.